and I just started, and I met my wife, man. That was the turning point of my life. Who I'm married to right now, my wife Jamila, with my sons. And I knew that she was, a lot of people knew her family. So I knew I had to get myself together so I could be a leader. You know, and I met her in October about, I guess, October, it might be 9 or 10 weeks later, we got married. And that was the turning point of my life. You know, and I knew she was good for me. I just felt it, you know, and you know, we've been together. I ain't never asked for a divorce. We never been separated. Well, we going through it and we separate. You know, whatever it was, we always stayed together. You know, I never asked for a divorce. We never was apart. Well, we separated. And no, I ain't never go through that. You know, and I had different episodes, you know, with her. You know, the first year we got to learn each other. But I was firm, but I was soft. You know, because I knew what I wanted. You know, I knew a whole lot of women that I could marry that wanted me, but they still ain't had what I needed. You know, so I just wrote it out and started changing my life. You know, and then I married my wife. It was January the 5th, 1990. January the 9th, 93, I had my first son by her. And oh boy, you know, you talk about somebody was happy because I had 3 girls in a row, and I got my first son. Bam, you know, and you know, and then I wound up. I had got a store on Susquehanna Avenue, and I was doing. I turned first. Me and my partner Celine, we had made it to a clothing store, but it was on the work end. Celine said, "Well, we want to do something else." So I tried to hold that. I tried to turn it over to a video store. You know what I mean? And then push came to shove. I then turned it to selling beepers. I was just keep trying to do something positive, and then me and my wife, we took a trip to South Carolina for a week. I had an uncle down there, my mother's oldest brother, but I always visioned the South as, you know, and somebody say about the South, you think about look like Africa or something, you know. So we went there, and it was different, and you know, we stayed there. We had a good time. On the way back, we had rented a car. On the way back, we were thinking, man, this be a nice place to live. You know, we were both thinking the same. We started talking. Within the next month, we packed up. I mean, we came back, said we're gonna move there.
Where is there?
Columbia, South Carolina. You know, and we got on a plane, went back down there, and you know, to narrow it down, we stayed there for about another week, I think, looking for a house to rent. And then we found something, and matter of fact, the funny part about it, we were so hyped up, we left our clothes home. We left our clothes home. When we got to the airport, we didn't know we did. We left our suitcases. I mean, our clothes that hanging up, they were still on the couch. We wait for our stuff to come off the thing, and we left everything, the suitcase, the clothes we carried, and we started laughing. So we went to Kmart, different places, got some stuff so we could, you know, make our stay better. And then we found the house. We went back to Philly, and as I say, that was in August. We went there.
What year?
August 94. August 94. And then by December 94, we had packed up and moved here. We got a big giant truck, got everything packed up in it, and we was on our way to South Carolina. I had one son by my wife, and she had a daughter when I married her. She had just turned 2 right before I married her mom. 2 weeks before I married her mom. And we all 4 in the truck, big 26-foot truck, pulling a car, rolling down the highway. You know, we must be. Then I got to North Carolina, right? One of my mother's brothers was in North Carolina. But I looked at my gas tank. Man, I got a quarter tank of gas. That joint was drinking gas, that car. And I said, I got about $50-something in my pocket. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. So I said, I pulled over to my wife. I said, I'm gonna call my uncle, you know, because he should be close around here. I ain't never been to his house, but I was going to my other uncle in South Carolina, in Columbia. So I called my uncle, and his name was Roy. And I knew his wife already from when I was younger. So I called her. Her name was Georgia. I said, hey, Georgia. I said, this Hassan. They used to know me by Lord Jimmy, right? And then she said, yeah. I said, yeah. I said, I'm trying to catch up with Roy, my Uncle Roy. You know what I mean? She said, yeah, he in there asleep. Let me wake him up. I said, because I'm in North Carolina. So I got my uncle on the phone. I told him what was going on. He said, where you at? I told him where I was at. He said, I can get to you in less than an hour. And my uncle came, man. He looked at me. I was glad to see him because I ain't seen him in some years. And he said, man, I said, yeah, I need to borrow $50. I figured I got another 100, I could get down there. So he said, $50 ain't gonna do it. He said, he looked at the truck. He was in the Air Force, matter of fact. And he said, he gave me 150. He said, look, you go. I said, look, I'm gonna pay you back. I said, don't worry about that. Let's get yourself situated. If you ever get yourself right, you can pay me back, but don't worry about it. I just want you to get down there. Gave me $1.50, right? By the time we got down there, took the truck back to gas it up. You know how much money I had? The exact money was in my pocket before I called him. So he gave me the exact amount that I needed. You know, so I'd never forget that. You know, and then we stayed in Columbia, South Carolina for 4 years. We came back December '98, exactly 4 years. And I said, I got to get my connections back. You know, because I was doing this, doing that. Had a little car. I was dealing with used cars. And so I got all my plugs back. Let them know I was back in the city. And then December '99, a year later, I had my second son. You know, and then you know, we still trying to find our way. We sent them to the Muslim schools. You know, so anyway, as time goes on, we had another son. But I had the next son. You know, in Islam, we could have more than one wife. So, in what year was that? Well, anyway, my aunt had a gathering for her 50th gathering, right? And her oldest daughter had a girlfriend that liked me, right? And asked about me, you know, and she said, my cousin called me up, yeah, my girlfriend keep asking about you, so-and-so. The first thing I said, hey, cuz, I can't afford a second wife. He said, no, you know, she got her own thing going on, she got her own business, you should at least sit down with her. So I said, well, she said, look, I was going to go to the Poconos with my family. So, so I talked, my cousin talked me into talking to the sister. So saying we had something in common. So now we meet and we decide that we want to move forward. So now, here go the hard part. Because I was with my wife for 15 years before I even talk about trying to polygyny, right? So I had a headache. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to tell my wife I want to try to get another wife. And I'm like, I use a scenario. And my wife said, yeah, I think the brother should do this. I said, well, that's what I want to do. You know, so she said, you sure? I said, I ain't sure. I just want to try it. So she said, all right, well, I want to meet her like that. And then they met. So they met for about an hour. So I'm on pins and needles while I'm waiting to see what's going to be up. So my phone rings. I'm like, man, heart beating fast. Answer the phone with my wife. Answer the phone. She said, I think she's going to be all right. And it was like the world got lifted off my shoulders. I was like, man, and I felt happy. But anyway, I married her and everything, and then it lasted for almost 9 months. And my wife wasn't the same. She was going through it, and I couldn't really deal with her because my heart was wrapped up in her. So I had to tell the other sister that I can't deal with it no more. And she was a good sister and everything, but I couldn't be fair like I wanted to. Although it said that if you got more than one wife, you'll never be able to love them the same. But you gotta deal with them at the same time. If you don't get a car, you gotta be equal. And then she the one had the money. I ain't had no money. At the time I felt less than a man because I couldn't do the thing that she really liked to do, and it was always her. And then she like, well, I could give you a loan, you can help me out, and you pay me back. So and so, but it still wasn't. It ain't clicked. When I went to see my wife that I'm married to now, she wasn't the same. She was like, you know, it just started getting to me. And, she had my clothes ready for me when I left, because she made all my clothes for me. And had my clothes ironed up, but she wasn't the same. And it just started getting to me. I couldn't handle it. And I know the average man gonna want to be tough, but it was me. I couldn't handle it. I want to let y'all know that. Everybody ain't made up for that. And I'm happy with my wife. I was happy with her then, and I'm still happy with her. It's almost 30 years. And I know I got a good thing. You know what I mean? And I asked my wife when once I got out of that marriage, I just asked her to forgive me. You know what I mean? For taking her through it. But I said, let's have another baby. You know what I mean? Then Allah bless us to have another baby. That was, matter of fact, he's 13 now. Matter of fact, he turned 13 in June, about 6 months ago. And she like, you want another baby? I said, yeah. I said, let's have another baby. It's like babies bring you closer. And I just, so as that time went on, we just been happy. We've been happy, and we talked about it every now and then. And I don't want to really get to her heart, but she already know that. See, that ain't for me. I already let her, that ain't for me. I ain't gonna. You don't never say what I won't never do. But I'm at the point where though I want to live my life out. I ask the Lord every day to allow us to live our life out in peace and harmony and worshiping Him. You know what I mean? She do a fantastic job with my children, with helping me. I wouldn't be able to put that little book together if it wasn't for her supporting me. She would always been supportive. She never want to go off in left field to get the finer things. Well, I want me a diamond, or I want this. My girlfriend got that. She never was like that, and so it made me feel good. Like people say that I shouldn't brag about my wife, but during the time of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, the Sahabas, that was his companions, they bragged about their wives. So that's when I understood that it was all right for me to do that. But some people say, people gonna put the iron on you. That's an evil eye. You know what I mean? But you can fight the evil eyes, du'as that we say, supplications that we say to fight the evil eye.